Hi everyone, we're going to have a look at the next bit of our notes, which are based on the different factors that impact climate. I have already posted in the classroom the importance of signing up to the Mr. Hamill virtual learning classroom. It'll cover off the first few pages that we looked at in class, and it'd be a nice way to recap things, I suppose, if nothing else. But we're going to move further on, and we're going to look at how there are different things that impact climate. And if you remember, we have talked about in the past about how climate, in actual fact, is a very different thing than weather. So if you go to hairdressers, they'll talk about the weather, nice weather today, but they'll never talk about the climate today, because the climate is based over a much longer period of time. And in actual fact, it's normally 30 years. And what makes the hot countries hot, the cold countries cold, the wet ones wet, the dry ones dry, really comes down to a number of different reasons. And for your GCSE geography, we look at four of those. We look at latitude, which we'll do today, prevailing wind, distance from sea, and then altitude. So, latitude is the first one we're going to look at. If you were to look at a normal Earth, and if you were to take the equator exists at what's called 0 degrees. And then if you go to the North Pole, right here, it is called 90 degrees north. And then clearly the South Pole is 90 degrees south. And if you think about Northern Ireland as our analogy we had when we were last at school together, we are Mr. Joe Average. So we're not really hot, we're not really cold, we're not really dry, we're not really wet, we're just sort of in between, nothing really. And if you were to take the average of 0 and 90, it'd be 45. So we're kicking about 45. In actual fact, our latitude for Lurgan, I think, is about 55 or 53 degrees north. And if you go a little bit further to Portrush, and you go to that nice little restaurant that looks over the beach at Portrush, it's called 55 degrees north, which obviously links back to latitude. So that's where we exist. Now, the definition we have for that is here, about how latitude refers to the distance a location is from the equator. So the equator is always 0, and then you work from there upwards or downwards. Okay, so if you go up to Northern Ireland, you're increasing in latitude. If you were to go down towards the South Pole, you would also be increasing in latitude. Not an increase and decrease, they're both increasing from 0 to 90 both ways. Okay, and then with that in mind, our first little statement we have is, as distance from the equator increases, the temperature does something. And if you look at this resource here, this lovely colourful one, you can see in around the equator, which is probably along that line there, you can just about see hopefully, it's very red and very hot. And as you move further north from there, or further south from there, clearly the temperature is changing. And the colours would suggest, according to this key along the bottom here, that the temperatures are in actual fact decreasing. So our little statement for the relationship is that as distance from the equator increases, the temperature decreases. So perhaps more neatly than I have, can you please write the word decreases? That's the first thing to remember. The latitude will increase, the temperature will decrease. Now, that's all very well. That's the easy bit. The more difficult bit, or the bit that will set you apart from the rest of your contemporaries when it comes to knowing about this, would come down to the 3 reasons. And there are 3 clear reasons as to why, as the latitude increases, the temperature decreases. And we're going to look at those 3 reasons in this little section of notes here. I'm going to ask you in the next video to jot down a few notes that I've jotted down, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a page of proper detailed notes, which you can then pause and have a read through to see if you can just ensure you know it properly. But I'll try and cover it off all in a little diagram as I draw here. So video 2 will cover off the 3 reasons why, and then video 3 will then look at a question and an answer to that question.